Hello, this is Miss Pat from San Luis Public Library. This week in Science Scouts, we're going to learn what other colors are inside of green leaves. We all know that fall is coming and the leaves are going to change colors, but did you know those colors are there all the time, even when the leaf is green? So we're going to find out what colors are there. All right, our story this week is called The Little Yellow Leaf by Carin Berger. It was autumn. In the hush of the forest, a lone yellow leaf clung to the branch of a great oak tree. I'm not ready yet, thought the little yellow leaf, as a riot of fiery leaves chased and swirled around the tree. I turned all different colors. Not yet, thought the little yellow leaf, as the afternoon sun beckoned and teased. Not ready, thought the little yellow leaf, as apples grew mushy, pumpkins heavy, and flocks of geese took wing. Still not, he thought, as the other leaves gathered into great heaps, crackly dry, where children played. A chill filled the air, and the sun sank slow. Not ready, thought the little yellow leaf, as a heavy harvest moon bloomed amber in the starry sky. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Through the long night, snow flurried, and the little yellow leaf held fast to the great oak tree. Days passed by, and still the little yellow leaf held tight, alone. He searched the bare branches, covered only with a shimmer of snow, alone. And then high up on an icy branch, a scarlet flash, one more leaf holding tight. Here's that yellow leaf right here, right? And there's the red one. You're here? Called the little yellow leaf. I am, said the little scarlet leaf. Like me, said the little yellow leaf. Neither spoke. Finally, will you? Asked the little scarlet leaf. I will, said the little yellow leaf. And 1, 2, 3, they let go and soared. Into the waiting wind they danced, off and away and away and away. Together. Usually, if you see tree leaves still on them in the wintertime, they're brown. I like the fact that these ones kind of say yellow. Right, so if you guys come into the library, and all through September, we are having, and hopefully in October, we're going to be doing in-person Science Scouts. So you guys can register, come in, and we're going to do this kits together. Or if you can't make it, because we're going to be meeting at 4:30, come in and just ask for our kits. We will not be having all of the things on video, but if you need the one and it's not posted, just call the library, ask for Miss Pat, and we'll see what we can do about getting it, because I'm going to be making all the videos, but we're only going to be posting 2 a month from now on. So anyway, your kit is going to have a little container. Please be very careful with this. This is rubbing alcohol. Okay, rubbing alcohol, so it's not water. Do not drink it. Try not to spill it. And you're going to get some paper towel strips. Okay. And what you're going to need to do, I'm not going to give you the leaves because if I pick the leaves too early and you guys don't come in right away, they're going to turn brown and crumbly and dry. And then they're not really going to work, right? You don't want to use brown leaves. So go out and look for the ones that are on the ground or maybe even down where you can reach them, but only take one, okay? Don't pull off a whole handful. You only need one. Figure out what kind of tree it is, right? If you know what kind of tree, if you know that the big tree in your front yard turns yellow, look for a green leaf, all right? And I'll show you what we're going to do with it. Now, I did pick two that were different colors. Okay, this one starting to change already. And you can do this with the different colors. And this one is actually that color all the time. That's a plum tree. Okay, and I don't know if you can really see. It's kind of a maroon color, all right? So it's kind of red all the time. But it has other colors in there as well. Now, these ones are all going to be changing. This is a birch tree. This is an oak tree, water oak. This is a sycamore. Okay, I picked green ones. Now, hopefully in school, you guys have learned the leaves are green because of chlorophyll. Okay, chlorophyll is the big stuff that's inside of them. It's a chemical that's in there and it helps to make the food. All right, so we're going to find out what colors are kind of in there and what causes them to change those other colors. Right, leaves have colors because of the chemicals. Chlorophyll makes it green. Xanthophylls make it yellow. Carotenoids make it orange. And anthocyanins make it red. Okay. And this is kind of on a tree stump. I like this kind of thing. It has the crack there. But here's the green. Then it starts to turn yellowish to orange. Orange is turning red, and then it gets all the way there. And the last color is when all of these pigments are gone out of the leaves, it's going to turn brown, and they're going to dry, right? Once they drop, they're going to dry. But each one of these things are inside of all of the leaves. Okay, chlorophyll is the most. That's the most common. That's in all of the plants. That's in your grass. Chlorophyll is what helps the plant to make food. It takes the sunlight and the water in, and it makes food, which is why green is going to be the first color you guys see in the springtime. It's going to be what you see all through the summer. And then as it stops to make food and the tree is getting ready to go to sleep for the wintertime, the chlorophyll kind of breaks down and all those other colors come out for a little bit of time, right? And that'll be in the fall. Okay, so they do have chlorophyll. Now what the rubbing alcohol is going to do is break down. It's going to cause a chemical reaction. It's going to break down the chlorophyll so that the other colors can show through. Okay, because chlorophyll is the most dominant. Like I said, normally if you leave them on the tree though, and what you can do is, if you know that this is green, this is a birch tree, I'm going to be watching my tree to see if it turns the same color come the fall as what shows up here. Okay, but the beautifuls, red, yellow, and oranges, they don't stick around very long. So think about what colors some of the trees are. If you know where you got your tree from, okay. I know that this one turns red in the fall. It's actually not the color that showed up, however. Right. You can gather leaves from different trees. You can gather different colored leaves from the same tree, you know, get green ones, get ones like I have that are half and half, maybe a green one, a yellow one, a red one, if they're all on the same tree. Put them in different containers. Now I'm only giving you one container, so you might have to put them in maybe jars or little cups. What colors do you see on those trees when they turn? All right, does it match the color? So you can do a whole lot of hypothesizing, scientific experiment with this. Predict what color do you think it's going to turn? What color do you think you're going to see on the paper towels? All right, so the rubbing alcohol is going to separate the colors out for us. And we're going to use two types of energy for this. Mechanical, because we're going to rip up these leaves into itty bitty pieces like confetti. And then heat energy from hot water that we're going to have to pour in to get the alcohol to start the chemical reaction. All right. So I'm going to take my top off. And let's see, which one should I do? I'm going to take this one, okay, my birch tree, which is kind of turning colors already. And I'm going to tear them up really, really small. Now remember, I took the top off my cup, so be careful, don't spill the rubbing alcohol. Right? And all I'm going to do is drop these pieces in there. But I want them really, really small. If you get a couple of big pieces in there, that's okay. It's just that the more small pieces you have, the more surface area, so that the alcohol can get the pigment, get the color out of the inside of the leaf. Because remember, it's on the inside. Even though you see the color on the outside, it's on the inside. Just like your veins and your arteries on the inside of your body, and sometimes you can see those, right? Preferably not on the outside. We don't want to see blood on the outside, but sometimes you can see where they are on the inside, right? And I'm also breaking up the stem, right? So I got the stem here, and I'm breaking that up too. Okay, and I've got them in there. I have to have enough alcohol, hopefully. So, and this is why I chose this one. Now, if you do this, you may not have to do the whole leaf. The sycamore has a really big leaf. This is actually a small one. It's usually much bigger than my hand. You don't want to have so much that the alcohol isn't covering it up. Okay, so you do want to just put some in there. Like I said, that was a good size leaf. Even this is a good size leaf. The giant sycamores, seriously, they come about this big sometimes. So you don't really want those because it'll be too much. Now I've got it in there. I want to put the top back on. If you do this in a glass jar or a cup, put a piece of tin foil on it or a piece of plastic wrap. Now you're going to have to get a bowl. Okay, I have this. And you're going to pour hot water in around it. Now notice I'm holding it down, and I don't want to cover it. But the problem with this thing is it's floating. So you might need a little rock, right, from outside to put on top of it to hold it down so it doesn't float. And then you're going to have to wait about an hour. Okay. When you wait an hour, then you're going to take the top off, and you're going to take your little paper towel, bend it in half, kind of like a tent, and you're going to stick it in. Right? Now remember, you want it to sit there for an hour, so mine isn't going to turn right away. Okay? But you're going to sit it there like that for an hour, and the color is going to creep up. Okay, so you sit it in the hot water for an hour, and then you put this there, and you don't probably have to wait a half hour. You can wait another hour if you want. And then what you're going to see, you might want to put it out then on another paper towel on a counter to dry. Okay, so this was the color that I got from that leaf, from that green and red leaf. Okay, now, I don't know if you can see the colors too well, but it was mostly green, and I don't really have green here. I do have kind of a yellowish, and then it turns into an orange. Now my birch had this. All right, so that was the clear part from the, then I got the green chlorophyll, and then I kind of got this orangey color again. So I'm going to be looking to see if my birch turns that, because normally he turns yellow, but I kind of got an orange color here. My oak, remember, I'm using green leaves, and I'm not seeing a lot of green on here. I used green leaves, and I got yellow, and then it was kind of clear, and then I got an orangey thing up here. So I think he's going to be really pretty, right? So these are the colors. When I broke down the chlorophyll using the alcohol and the heat, these are the colors that were still inside of there. Those are the colors that'll come out in the fall. Now this one, remember I used green. So I did kind of get green. And then I kind of got a darker color, and I got a yellow, and I got a yellow, orange. All right, so I kind of got a rainbow of colors just using, all I did was tear up a green leaf, and I got all these colors out of there. But this one was my prettiest, and that was from the plum. Okay, so I do have some yellow, and maybe the plum tree will turn yellow in the fall. He's this color all summer long, remember? He's this red color, and then he's got this pink color here. So obviously he doesn't have a lot of chlorophyll. Plum trees always have these maroon leaves. So he doesn't have a lot of chlorophyll. He's got a lot of this. Right? And then maybe he's going to turn that color. So again, I'm going to make a hypothesis on he's going to turn yellow when his leaves start to die. And then I'm going to have to look. All right, so have some fun with this. Try different color leaves. You can try different size leaves or different tree leaves. Make a hypothesis. If you use just green leaves, check it out, keep an eye on that tree that you get it from. Try not to pick up just dead brown ones from the ground, because they really don't have a lot of any kind of pigment left in them. The pigment has died, and that's why it's all crumbly and why it's fallen on the ground. So, but enjoy this. And like I said, use this as your science experiment. Make a hypothesis that you think this green leaf is going to turn what color, right? And you can try and see what color do you think it's going to make on this? What color do you think it's going to do in the fall? Right, and keep an eye on your tree. So have fun. And remember, if you guys want to come in and do these things with me in person, please register, and I'll see you guys in September. Bye.